Hey guys, I'm ShangoMango and I'm a part of Teamtang. In this video, it's just you'll see some Tang gameplay with some commentary over the top. I'll basically just try to tell you how I play with a tank and what I personally feel is the best approach for it, really. Um, in this video, you'll see me controlling the tank. My brother, Ran Tank, is um, using the coaxial gun, and Panda Tank and Tangy Tango are both controlling the Apache. Um, and they just basically harass the enemy team in their spawn point. Okay, first things first, tank control. As you can see on the right, the controls for the tank are on the right side. The R trigger, or R2, is to accelerate. To reverse is L trigger, or L2. And to fire is left bumper. Right bumper is normally reserved for your specialism, what you decided to choose. I chose 10 times because of the map, but I'll get a bit more on that later. The tank can take a lot of damage. Like in the original Battlefield games, it has massive amount of damage. I believe it's like 1,200 odd points of health, and the number at the bottom right is a percentile of that. But yeah, the tank is super strong and it can do a lot of damage to the team. In this video, we just mainly pick out targets for our Apache to make it easy for them to shoot, and we just harass the enemy from shooting their side, so they have nowhere to hide. But also, depending on the map, the tank can change role. In this one, because it's so wide and open, and because the capture points are surrounded by buildings or debris, there's not really much point to running in there, if you know what I mean, because being surrounded by buildings means you're also possibly surrounded by enemies. But if you can see at the bottom left, Ran Tank has the motion sensor which tracks enemy infantry around the vicinity of the tank. So if we did go around into the city, then, or into the town, then we have the ability to detect where they are. We do that later, but mainly for this whole map, we stay outside and shoot down the enemy havoc. On this map, I believe it's called Atacama Desert. It's such a big, wide open map with massive amount of maneuverability. I decided to choose a 10-time scope. This allows me to spot enemies from behind hills and little mounds, and make our Apache more effective more effective than it as it can, really. The map is wide open on the outside, and on the flags it's all built up. So it's a mixture between an infantry map and also a vehicle map. Vehicles tend to stay around the outside. If you see there, tanks gone around the other side of that C point there, and the infantry tend to jump on APCs or quads and run to the or drive to the capture points. Okay, because of this map, I decided to do 10 times zoom, like I said before. I like to make a point that depending on the map, you should change depending on what you're thinking you're going to experience. So in this map, obviously because it's such a big wide open map, you need to have a rangefinder. But if you're on another stage like Panama Canal, I recommend using something which is has either a sensor on or increased armor, because you will be taking more damage from rockets. Because this one, the only real encounter you'd get in this map in Atacama Desert is against other vehicles or lone enemies, which your coaxial gunner can take out really easily. Also in this map, I'd like to show how you can support the team. In this one, I'm spotting quite a lot. The tank, I'm using the tank as a spotter because it can take so much damage, and I can also deal out so much damage with the gunner. The main gun is sort of only in emergencies, really, and to clear up buildings, so the Apache and the secondary gunner can help take out the enemy inside. Like here, I think I get a kill randomly. Also, staying on the outside has its advantages because if you encounter a tank, you could when you get shot at, you can have more space to maneuver. Especially since the tank itself takes like a second or two to proper get into full speed. Staying on the outside is an advantage. Here we tried to make an effort to go into the middle to help capture C because I realised we didn't have many people in C. But using that sensor on the bottom left, you can see that we were surrounded by enemies, so I make a desperate dash out after identifying where they are. I don't think we get a kill here. But you can see it's better to be safe than sorry. So even though you might think this is a bit boring, it's actually more effective for your team. It's better than wasting tickets or wasting vehicles and having to go all the way back to your US deployment spawn just to get a tank back. So here I can increase the combat awareness of the rest of the people by scoping out enemies, and also offer a really big distraction for them. Here you can see me just dash all the way through. I noticed on the map there's someone behind us looking at us, so I just made an effort to get out of there. And because we had more people at sea, I left them to cap flag. And now I'm taking up a position outside their base. Here I do something wrong. I put their back towards their base. There could be a tank just looking at us. So it's a really bad mistake. I think I eventually correct it because it's a bad idea to do that really. The front of the tank has the best armour. The side has average armour and the back has the weakest. Here I see a tank. I take a shot at it. I miss, but the Apache takes a few shots more at it. And I decide to chase it down because I realise that with a UAV there, the enemy and the Apache firing down at their spawn, that they're not going to make an effort to break out. They're just more concentrated on shooting them down. So in a bit you'll see me approach that tank that's zoomed past us. I also realised that we have a tank here already on this flank, so I decided to move over to the right flank. It's better to have an even distribution of vehicles really, so you don't have a group of tanks or a group of soldiers just take out 2 tanks because you won't spread out enough. You see me there shooting the rear of the tank because it's the weakest part. The enemy here bails out. I personally think that bailing out is too easy in this game. It needs to be maybe a bit of a delay because things that should have been killed end up being frustrating because they just jump out with their rocket launcher and shoot you and end up destroying you. Thankfully it doesn't happen here, but it's a problem that's been in all Battlefield games. There needs to be a bit more delay in leaving and entering vehicles. Project Reality had a bit more of a fix for that, where once you stepped inside the vehicle, it took you a while to start up the engine and fire. As you can see here, my front is facing the C flag because I saw the enemy running there, and I know for a fact it's a rocket launcher. So I decided to take cover. And here I'm moving away from the Apache so my coaxial gunner can shoot him, and that's the end of the video. Right, thank you for watching, and please rate, comment and subscribe. I hope you've learnt a few things, and we'll have a few more commentaries up available soon. Thank you.